Now let's get back to Alice Springs, the social and law and order crisis that's unfolding there, and talk again to business owner and local advocate Darren Clarke. Darren, thanks a lot for joining us again. A lot of controversy in the town again today, with Peter Dutton being challenged about facts when it comes to sexual abuse of children in communities around Alice Springs, where other locals, including Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price, saying that the kids on the street are the result of abusive and dysfunctional households, and no one needs to be convinced of those facts. What's your intelligence from the ground, from people in the Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities around Alice Springs?
Oh, look, thanks for having me on, Chris. Look, these children aren't in safe places. They're not in safe homes, and they're not getting looked after. And that's not all children. Let's be clear on that. And not all children are getting sexually abused, but there are different types of abuse. So they are not getting looked after, and the end product is the children on the street that we have. And Jacinta's right in saying that, because that's the problem that we end up with, and that's where the cycle keeps rolling on, Chris.
Now, tell me, the idea that Peter Dutton is pushing to have a royal commission into that issue to get the facts about this and find solutions, is that worthwhile?
We've had a fair few inquiries into this. We've had royal commissions before. That's going to take 2-3 years. That's going to cost a lot of money. And what are we going to come up with? And we're not going to go with all the recommendations in a royal commission. Look, we've just got to deal with these problems straight away. You know, we haven't got time for a royal commission, and we need to act straight away and make these kids safe. And then in turn, that makes the community feel a lot safer. And I kept saying that, then you stop the cycle. The only problem we've got at the moment is we've got nowhere to take these children to make them safe, to get them off the streets. So that's what we need first up, is a facility just out of town. And I'm not talking locking them up, but where they can't walk back into town straight away. But they've got a safe bed, they've got a shower, and they've got a meal, and we can give them a chance to have a good night's sleep in a safe environment, that they can go to school tomorrow and get a nice education, mate, which we all know that's proven to be the way forward.
Yeah, well, one of the ideas that I think Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price has put forward previously is essentially a state boarding school in Alice Springs, so that kids can go to school and stay there and sleep and be fed in school as a state schooling option, which sounds like a pretty sensible idea. Hopefully the new governments federally and in the Territory will look at that. And just before I let you go, Darren, the other issue is just the policing effort on the streets. Do you need a substantial boost in Alice Springs now, and is it worth calling out for the Australian Federal Police to help out?
Yeah, we haven't got enough police, Chris. Whatever they tell you is incorrect. We haven't got enough police. And the trouble is our AFP, the head of the AFP, you know, he will give us some federal police, but he needs to be asked or get approval from the police commissioner or the chief minister. Now, them two, they're up there fighting at the moment whether the commissioner's got a job or whether he hasn't got a job or how much money he's going to get paid out to leave. So in that meantime, the people of Alice Springs, we were there. And now the troubles are getting worse in Darwin. We're very, very scared down here that we're going to even have less police. And that's not what we need at this point in time.
Darren, thanks so much for joining us again. Appreciate your input. You make a very strong point there, does Darren Clarke, in Alice Springs. While you need to address these issues on the ground in Alice Springs, you've got the police commissioner in Darwin effectively at war with the government. What a shocking situation that is. They need solutions, not bickering in Darwin over the police commissioner's position.